Hey, y'all. Oh, crap, I forgot the light. Hang on. Gotta bring the other light over here. Okay. All right. Okay. Hey, I look pretty schnazzy tonight. Hey, everybody, this is Brett, and welcome to Sunday Night Live. Hi, Alice in Wonderland, Nisi Pie, Ilmer Productions, Catherine Swanland, Taylor Surveying, Ilmer Productions again, and Cheryl and Alice again. Hey, everybody, welcome. It's been a crazy time, hasn't it? Crazy time. And you know, if any time there was going to be a time, but it is a pretty heavy duty thing that we're going through. And I've written down a whole bunch of things, just a whole slew of things tonight to talk about. And so let's just do it. Okay, so my latest post, I'm going to read to you a post or two off Facebook. If you want to friend me on Facebook, I'm loving the togetherness of this tragedy. It's so holistic. Namaste. Are you guys getting that? That people are really coming together here? It's a good thing that people are coming together because, you know, if it gets tough, you might see some ugliness from people too. So I'm not saying that like to scare you like the news. I'm telling you these things and many more things to be prepared. It's really important that you know the potential for what we're dealing with. Okay? So, let's see, what else did I write here? Oh, I shared, here's another one. I shared the George Carlin from a friend, Germs and Immune System video. The George Carlin Germs and Immune System video. Can you dig it? And another one that you might really enjoy is Rena Del Cid's You've Got a Friend. This just came out today. I love these girls. You've Got a Friend in Me, Randy Newman cover. If you have not seen Rena, R-E-I-N-A, Del Cid, and watched her, then you should. She's great. I love those girls. And her lead guitarist, Tony. Love them. Okay, so don't go anywhere though right now. Stay right there. I'm drinking a little tea. These are a bunch of tea bags that I'm just adding in there. It's a ginkgo, so hopefully I'm thinking good tonight. I'm kind of tired though. I'm a little bit tired. In all honesty, last night, I think I told you before in the earlier video, I got up at 3 a.m. I couldn't sleep for some reason. I think there was just a lot of muck going on in the back of my head. So I got up and I stretched, I massaged my feet, went back to bed. It took about an hour or an hour and a half to get back to sleep. And then I slept till like 9 or something ridiculous. Okay, so this morning I shared some things with people. Some things that I think are really very good ideas to have in case you do get the coronavirus. This eucalyptus formula right here, this eucalyptus essential oil is really good. Let me grab that for you and I'll put it in the comments. Also, the herbal So that you can get off of Grandma's Herbs website, respiratory relief. And this is eucalyptus essential oil is only $5.99. Oh, it's not a lot, but you don't need a lot. You just put one drop in your hands and breathe it, okay? And then I also shared an article that I found with the top 12 essential oils for respiratory yada yada. And I'll see if I can grab that for you too. But let's see, text, Control C, and Control V. Okay, so there you go. There's that link to the 1/3 ounce of eucalyptus oil for $5.99. And hopefully you have Amazon Prime that you can get the free shipping. Eucalyptus oil, you just breathe it and you know that that's for your respiratory system. On the list from the article that I sent people this morning, it was the #1 herb for the respiratory illnesses. Okay. Control C, boom, Control V. Okay, so there's the link to the 12 essential oils that are best for respiratory troubles. And yeah. So I have so much work to do because I believe that when, I've been fighting it to be able to get people to really, adhere to my thinking for a long time. But I don't think it's going to be near as much of a problem. I think it's going to be a lot easier now. Because when I shared those links this morning, people really kind of said, yeah, thank you. They were very grateful. And that makes me feel good. And even though I'm stressed over this whole thing happening, I feel needed. And I feel as though I'm going to have a lot of work to do. And anyone that feels really bad that really would like to call somebody, you can call me. 828-675-1539. Please don't do that right now, though. Okay. Hi, love is the solution and Fart Master. I am sorry that you are broke, Fart Master, and I hope that we get a big check in the mail soon. Yeah. And you all just have faith because, we're going to have some challenges. We're going to have some challenges here. But there is so much room for improvement over what we were doing before. And remember, we're in limbo right now. We're in this state of like, man, we don't really know what's going on and everything is up in the air. So we're just going to have to stay cool. And I watched a video yesterday from Nora Jones with the song Patience. Remember the song Patience from what's her names? The hell's her names? I was thinking in the beginning, I was like, that's from Aerosmith, but it's not. It's from the guy with the red hair, the singer with the red hair, and then the guitar player with the top hat. Somebody write that down, please. And he sings like this. It's little patience. Oh, just a little patience. So, anyways, let's see. India will show the world how to heal naturally. Okay, so India, if you look it up online, you'll see that India's population only has about 44% of their population has health insurance. In the United States, 91% of the population has health insurance. And for most of those people, like I've told you before, that's a detrimental thing because the first thing that they think about when they get sick or something is that they're going to go run to their doctor. That's what they paid for. That's what they believe in, etc., etc., etc. In India, they're all about natural healing. Not all, but because they were invaded by Great Britain and ruled by Great Britain for quite a while, and so people trust herbs. And the people that have been using herbs for longer than even the Chinese are the Indians. And the Indians have, in Ayurvedic medicine, they have all these different therapies that they do, including massage is very important there. And so we're going to get to see, in India, they don't have hardly any hospital beds compared to the size of their population. So there's no possible way that they can just do what we're doing, with trying to, they're going to try and lower the curve, as they're calling it. What do they call it? Flatten the curve and reduce the number of immediate people coming to their house. There's still no way that they're going to be able to do, even with a lot of extreme cases, they'll have to stay home and wing it. Okay, so we're going to get to see how well India, some of the best natural healers in the world, does. And I'm kind of excited for that. Even though it's a tragedy. This whole thing is sort of a tragedy, but it's really not. It's exciting for me. It's scary, but it's exciting. So, you can kiss the dairy industry goodbye. Okay, so any of you that are still consuming dairy foods, the most mucus-forming food that you can consume is dairy, and they're saying that the lungs get filled with mucus, and that makes it hard for people to breathe. Okay, so thankfully I've not consumed any dairy since 2001. And it took me a long time to get off of it. And I believe that over the first year or so is when I really excreted as much of that mucus and casein, that sticky, gunky shit out of my body. And so it's not too late to stop. And it's not too late to stop smoking or vaping either. And you can kiss all those industries goodbye. The dairy farmers and the vaping industry and the smoking industry. This is extreme enough that hopefully a whole lot of people, you should see those industries tank for the most part, not completely, but tank, 90% hopefully. So since the dairy industry is going to go bye-bye, maybe the kale industry, the kale farmers will make more money. And that is deserving. That's how it needs to be. Farmers, and a whole lot of home organic farmers. Like we have a few right around here that I buy from. And also a whole lot of people growing some kale right out in their yard. Even if you just have, you live in an apartment in a big skyscraper in New York, you can still grow some vegetables in pots out on your deck. Okay, so all kinds of people are going to get into that. And also sprouting. Okay, another thing that you can do at home, I'm going to get back into it soon, is sprouting. And so, get into that. And not all of the masks are gone. If you go to Amazon, you might think that all of the N95 masks are gone, and they are. But there's some other masks. You can still buy a Donald Trump mask. For $7 and some odd cents, you can buy a Donald Trump mask with little holes in the eyes. And if you sneeze in it, the shit won't go all over the place. You could buy one of those rubber ones that completely covers your head. Then you really won't be able to breathe. Okay, so let's see. One-time building serenity by connecting with God and peaceful things. Okay, so here's something for you that you can do. This is something that I do, and I tried to do to a degree today, especially when I was laying on my inversion board. And that is that when you do something very yin and you calm your mind, etc., or you listen to some nice music, or you give yourself some self-massage or something like that, then if you do it long enough, you'll build a degree of serenity. And what you then do is you later share that serenity with somebody, because right now people are very not serene. And you might see somebody that looks like this. Okay, and you can just go up to them and give them a hug and look at them without fear in your eyes and say that everything is going to be okay. And you can do that because you spent some time earlier working, building some serenity by doing some kind of a serene activity. You could go for a walk, and you could see the understanding of it, the mental understanding of it for some people that are really mental like me is really important, because I can say to myself mentally, hey, I need to build up some serenity because I know that I'm doing that Sunday Night Live thing tonight, and so I don't want to look like I'm losing my gourd. Now, I'm not saying that you won't lose your gourd. In fact, it's good. It's good to release emotions and tension. You have to do it. But then you can do the opposite thing and build serenity after you're done doing that. Up and down. It cycles in and out and in and out. Okay, so we need to come to a new understanding of what we're going through and think of it as a gift. Okay? We're going to think of this now as a gift, because that's what it is. I'm going to go to my website real quick here now, and I'm going to read you all the beautiful gifts that we're getting. It's absolutely wonderful. Come on, baby. Computer's a little slow because I'm doing a live stream. Okay, so change is not a bad thing. Change is just change. Sure, i.e. the coronavirus can be very scary and difficult, but when you realize the importance and purpose of the change, then you can be all right with it. Our world has become so out of balance. People have used and abused our planet and stepped on the poor and low-income folks for too long. Today we are seeing so many ways that Mother Nature and Mother Earth are creating and setting things straight. We have seen flooding, fires, tornadoes, hurricanes, and more. Now a virus is spreading around the world. All of these so-called catastrophes are divine manifestation in action. They force people to come back to reality and realize what really matters in life. They bring us back to the center and help us to heal. Work from home, the first benefit. One of my Facebook friends is a teacher down in the Miami area, and guess what she's just about to start doing? Working from home live on the computer. How much gas will she save, and how much time will she save from not having to go to the school? They can shut down the school now, and the janitors can get their work done and then go home. Think of all the electricity that the school's not going to be using, because nobody's there. There's probably a whole bunch more things too, and I won't read this whole work from home thing, but the next one is takes the power from ExxonMobil. People at ExxonMobil right now are shitting their pants. I love this. Start a home business. A lot of people are thinking, man, maybe I should start selling those thingamajigs that I used to make. It's perfect. Get out in the garden. A whole lot of people are thinking, man, I've got time to go out and work in the garden, even if it's just planting a few things out in the yard. Cut college costs. Going to school costs way too much. We all know that, right? If people are taking classes at home, certainly they can cut the costs of an education by at least 50%, right? Get rid of all the red tape. Isn't it amazing how a virus can change the way we do business? cut military spending. Okay, so our country, the U.S., is now going to spend about $10 billion to fight the coronavirus. Actually, now, I wrote this a week ago. Now, they're looking at like $1 trillion or more, 2 trillion. Each year we spend over 700 billion to police the world. Might this change now? How else could the business of war come to a screeching halt? Now think about it. For a long time now, a whole lot of people have had jobs making tanks and airplanes and nuclear missiles and all kinds of war things. And for the United States, that's a major income producing business, okay, for a lot of businesses out there. Lockheed, I know some of them, but a lot of businesses out there make a lot of money selling weapons to people like Saudi Arabia. Well, guess what? We might not be able to afford $700 billion for the military anymore. So what had to happen before, what's going to happen before that industry also gets cut? Well, the earth forced them. God, Mother Nature, Earth had to force them by creating a different set of priorities. Isn't it beautiful? You all can be so excited, and you can know that you can think of this time and this virus as a gift. Okay, so come together. People are going to come together, like I was telling you before, and fighting for your team to win. Okay, think about all the sports activities where people go and they're all screaming for their team to win, and they're drinking beer and eating hot dogs and all kinds of crap and food. It's the epitome of bad health in so many ways. And if they lose, oh, it just ruins their whole week. For some people, it ruins months of their lives because their team lost. And they don't even go to their kids' baseball game, right? But they're really into their pro sports team. So people are going to start to rethink what really matters here. It's all so perfect. So, yeah, that's it in a nutshell, that article that I wrote. Where are you? There you are. I'm back. Let me read a few of the things here. Start at the beginning. So, I am fine, Catherine Swanland. Yes, it's 9 o'clock. Hi, niece pie. Hi, niece pie. Yes, I am looking good, aren't I? I just brushed my teeth and shaved, kind of. So, hi Mario, how are you? Mario, are you going to donate some money? Mario is such a good dude. He always donates. He doesn't always donate to me, but thanks, man. If anybody that wants to donate to my program tonight in appreciation, now I know I don't expect anybody to donate it because I know that for the most part, people are worried about their money, and it's cool, okay? So, hi Connor. Cool in Texas. Nice, nice. Hi, Diana. Yeah, see my name correctly. Ilmar Productions. Ilmar? I don't know. There's your 2 links. We are broke. I'm sorry, Fartmeister. Hi, love is the solution. A billion time I'm starting busking. Yeah, get a street and start singing a song. A little patience. You could rob a bank too, yeah. You could hug him and really freak out. Nah. Hey, Maria. Hey, Charlie. Hey, David. Gas here is now $1.59. Yeah, Diana, $1.59. Take a trip. We'll just have to sell peace instead. Exactly. And you know, that's not a joke. there are some businesses that a person that has peace can actually do. If you have real peace, then you could dress up like a guru and grow a beard like Sadhguru. What is that his name? Sadhguru? And just be like really peaceful, and people will flock around you and start donating Rolls Royces to you. And like if you're really, really smart, it's so beautiful, Brett. I'm excited too. People are finally waking up. If they do not, I feel they will not make it. Yep, you got it, girl. That's Jennifer. Hey, Joe. Hey, Joe. Where you going with that gun in your hand? Do, 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 do. Joe don't have no gun. Okay. So, 20 people. Nice. Okay, so I sent eggs to a few friends. And I can't say that I can send eggs to everybody out there, but I can send eggs occasionally to people, especially if they really show an interest and buy something from me. Then I can just include that in their package up to a certain amount. Probably a half a dozen maybe. As long as I don't go over on the weight and it costs me more for the shipping, then I might be able to do that. But yeah, man, best eggs ever. So get a tan. Okay, so there are certain things that you need to start thinking about that could be very beneficial for your body. And not only just the eucalyptus essential oil that I said, and the link is in that live chat that you can scroll up to. And also the Grandma's Herbs Respiratory Formula, but also like getting out in the sun and building some vitamin D. And that may not be easy for all of you, because if you have a suppressed immune system, that is for a reason. That's because you're toxic in some way. Sorry, I just ate dinner. So you're toxic in some way, or for whatever reason, your body is doing exactly what the government is doing right now. It's holding off on attacking something because it's too big of a burden for it. The government is trying to flatten the curve to protect its medical industry, etc., etc. Your body has lowered your immune system response as a means of not, having to deal with too much heavy metals or too much viruses or too much candida or what have you. Maybe you got a lot of bacteria in your digestive system because you got a lot of mucoid plaque, etc. This is my experience, and I believe that a whole lot of people have suppressed immune systems for these reasons. The more chemicals that you have in your body. So, but if you can, get out in the sun, because the sun is not only going to help you to build vitamin D in the most legitimate and beneficial way, vitamin D3, it's also going to up your spirits. If it's sunny, man, you've got to really utilize this time. And this is why, if you're home, especially if you're home, like from a chaotic restaurant job where you were in for couldn't find the time to get outside, or you just happened to have to work when it was sunny, but not when it was rainy. When it was raining, it was the weekend and you had that off. But now, hopefully, maybe you might be home. And if you're home, then you can go out when it's sunny and build some vitamin D and up your spirits by getting out in the sunshine. And see, it is my opinion that those people that say, oh, my skin will burn and I can't go in the sun, I'll get cancer, I'll get skin cancer. Okay, so people that have the right unrefined oils and not the foods that clog the skin, that make people look really cakey and pasty. If people are not eating wheat and dairy, especially dairy right now, and if they're eating a lot of greens, I believe that protects you from the sun, the ultraviolet light, the rays of the sun. That's my opinion. Because there are people out there that can just tan like crazy. Imagine how the skin, if it's clogged it just can't get good blood flow, and it can't get good nutrients, and therefore maybe it can't produce good melanin to produce that nice dark deep tan. That's why I just kind of put things together in my head and figure it out. People that eat health food can get tan. People that don't get skin cancer. And all of these kinds of things, all of us health gurus on YouTube are going to be just like blasting that out to everyone. And all of those doctors that are going through hell right now, and nurses, etc., they're all thinking twice about what business they're doing. And maybe they better change their ways, right? Because they don't want to go through this again. Okay, but they're going to. But they're going to. It'll come in waves, they say, and this virus is not going away. So it's time to get started. It's time to get going. And by the way, my Foot Friend massage tool is such an awesome, the new one, the multi-tool. I used it last night before bed and at 3 a.m. for the first time. And man, it is such a nice tool to use. It is so easy. It is so cool. It is so effective. All of those things. And it's something that will never break. Just don't lose the little blades. If you do, I can send you more. So check them out on my Massage Tools page, Brett's Natural Health, under the Foot Friend and Soother page, the foot massage tools. So, yeah, I'll talk to anyone. Once again, if you're feeling depressed, you can call me at 828-675-1539, and I'll talk to you. But don't call right now. Wow, something is more important than money, Miss. Say that one again. Wow, something is more important than real estate and casinos, Mr. Trump. Isn't that cool? I guess you better rethink your priorities, huh? and if the air quality is really important so that people's lungs aren't effed up, then I guess we better stop burning coal. And I guess we better stop burning natural gas and other things that make the air and car exhaust. I think we better start making electric cars, little ones, just little electric cars that people can drive to the store and back, and solar panels and wind turbines. We could put on all those people that are losing their jobs. Wow. Couldn't we go out and put all those people to work building solar panels and wind turbines and installing them by the gazillions out in Arizona to be able to power the whole country? Wouldn't that be a great idea, Mr. Trump? And maybe animals and the environment are really more important than all of your bullshit agenda. Okay, so there are no coincidences. You must know this. And anyone that's, the longer that you live, okay, so for those of you that are young, the longer that you live and the more health food that you eat, because see, the health food is the fuel that makes you tick, it makes you function. Not the only part, because you come here from some other planet, some other existence, with a certain amount of chutzpah. And from there, you learn things about this world that you like and learn things that you don't. But the longer that you live, the more you realize that there are no coincidences. And if you know that there are no coincidences, then that becomes part of your spirituality, if you're like me. Because you realize that most of the religions out there, and all of them, have certain things that just don't make sense. And certain things that you know that they're just trying to get your money or something like that, you know. So for me, I gravitated towards the smaller what do you call them, non-dogmatic religions. Somebody write that down. I forget things sometimes because, it's not because, maybe it's because I'm getting old, but it could be largely just because I eat a lot of peanut butter. I try to offset that with ginkgo tea, and it really helps to keep my mind clicking, and remembering things. But sometimes names, for instance, names that I don't use very often, I forget them. Ah! So, David yesterday says that if you intentionally try to smile, like like just like you force yourself to go around all day like maybe not that like weird, but maybe if you just try and smile more. And I do that. I do that because I like comedy and stuff. Be sure to watch the George Carlin Germs and Immune System video after you're done watching me here. But I really love comedy, but if you focus on comedy and smiling more often, then you will be happier. Just like it's like neurolinguistic programming, they call it, like all these different mannerisms that you can have and bodily things that you do. They affect your emotions and your mental state. And so if you just make an effort towards keeping your head up instead of like this, that's one of the things. And you can do so many different things by figuring out, like things that you used to do with your head down, like reading a book. Pretty soon that'll start to bug your neck. And that's your neck telling you, hey, get the book up on a stand or something. You see this computer? This computer screen is not down. It's up because I created it that way. You think I would look? Do you think I want to look down at you guys all the time? You'd be like, "Oh man, that's hierarchical as fuck," he thinks that we're just like his minuscule, puny people looking down on us all the time. Okay, so let's see. It might be good to read some like kids books. This is something that David mentioned to me yesterday that he was doing. He wanted to read, he read some kid's book on something, and that made him feel better. And I think it might depend on how good your childhood was. I'm not sure that anything from my childhood doing that would make me feel a lot better because my childhood was often riddled with fighting and crap. But it depends. You might try that. So I'm a believer in Jesus. For those of you that are religious, I am a believer in someone that was on this earth named Jesus. And it's entirely possible that he was the Son of God. We're all sons and daughters of God, but maybe he was kind of sent here as a representative, etc., in a higher form, but whatever. But, I don't groove to what most people think, and I don't read the Bible. Okay, the Bible was written by people, primitive peoples, and I've read it before, and I just don't get into it. I don't enjoy reading it about, all the different things that it says in it. I have read a few passages that I found interesting and enjoyable, but seldom. But in any case, I think that if Jesus were here on this earth, that he really wouldn't gravitate towards most of the like born again Christians and their lifestyles, etc. If Jesus were here, Jesus would be like a hippie. Jesus would be into herbs. There's a lot of people in this community where I live now that Jesus would gravitate towards them a lot. He would not be into anything in regards to giant skyscrapers and making a lot of money like a lot of people try and do. He would not be into real estate. He would not be into lawyers, and he would not be into the conventional medicine system. There's just a whole lot of things that I think that Jesus, what people think about with Jesus, he would not be into a whole lot of the things that they do and live their lives by. It wouldn't be. So, it's okay. It's okay to cry. I've told you that many times. So, if I start to cry tonight, that's just how it is, and I don't worry about that. We're not dealing with an enemy, and this is a vacation, and it's a good thing. And when you watch the news, they'll make it out to be like, we can beat this thing, some drug to kill this virus. But it's not something that can be killed because it's not a living thing. I watched a couple of videos describing what it is. It attacks cells. It attaches itself to cells. But it's not a living, it poisons the cells, something like that. But it's a good thing. And how can I be up here and feel secure knowing? Okay, so I wrote something, I can't remember how can I be up here where I am in the mountains in a cabin and feel secure knowing what's going on out there? Okay, so I remember now. That's what I was thinking before. I knew that I had achieved clean air and clean water, and that I was living in a relatively quiet place, other than my redneck neighbors. But I was thinking, how can I feel safe and secure up here, knowing about all of the things that are going on just an hour from here, like 5G? And that people are just all going mad in California. I lived in California for a long time. And I know what I-5 looks like every morning and every afternoon. Millions and millions of cars. And that's how it is all across the country. Dallas, Miami, New York, not New York, because it's a subway in New York, but everywhere. Everywhere, it's chaotic and it's unsustainable. And so I was thinking to myself, man, I don't feel secure living up here, because it's not. This world has not been secure. It's not been holistic, and it's not been sustainable. It's not been anything that's good. It's gotten out of control. And so now I'm feeling like, wow, well, maybe people will start to think and change their ways. So let's see. Hari Srinivasan yesterday. I was watching PBS I only ended up watching it for a few minutes because it just gagged me. But on PBS Weekend, Hari Srinivasan was at home doing the newscast for the news. PBS News has shut down, and none of them are going to work anymore. They're conducting the entire broadcast from their homes. He does the newscast with a white sheet, or something like that, a white wall or a white sheet behind him. And he's doing it probably through Skype. And he's connecting with the rest of them, the broadcasting, or whatever they call it, the broadcasting people, to run this from their homes. They're all home, all of them. And I thought it was interesting that he wasn't wearing a tie for the first time. He was just wearing a shirt and coat. And I was like, wow, next time maybe he'll be wearing pajamas. So if you haven't given me a thumbs up yet, I really appreciate it. But so the next thing that I'd like you to say with me and to understand, and hopefully you'll come to this understanding, is that you're okay with death. You can say that along with me right now. I'm okay with death. I think it's important for everyone to eventually get to this point of where they really are okay with these bodies dying. It's not entirely who you are. It's only part of what you are. And so to be okay with it is okay, because the rest of you goes on to something else. So there's so many conflicting stories and opinions out there. And that's because there are so many different mentalities at different times. And for me, you might see me crying at one time, and you might see me just blissful at others, and everything in between. But I'm just trying to get through my days right now. And I am trying to stay in the isness, as Mooji describes it, quite a bit of the time. Other times I have things pop into my head, and then I go and write them down for the Sunday Night Live. But some people might be really scared, and they might, focus really a lot on something negative, something more negative and fear-based. And other people might not be so scared, and they might just be up at one particular time, and everything, they might be up and down. So you got to just go with however you feel. Maybe you might gravitate towards one at one time and another at another time. But it's good to know and kind of pay attention to where you're at. Because if you're really feeling down and it's starting to cause problems in your life, then you might want to search out and seek somebody that's up. And a deep state of sorrow, confusion, and fear. And whenever there's change, that's really largely how it's going to be. Change is really difficult. And so expect to be sorrowful or confused or fearful. So everyone has a lot of time to think about what real health is now. Not everyone, but a lot of people out there have a lot of excess time to kind of start thinking about changing the way they do business and what real health is. And I don't know, a lot of people might not want to pay into health care anymore. I've never paid 1 penny into health care. I've paid tens of thousands of dollars into organic food because I really believe in that. But I don't believe in conventional medicine, so I don't buy it, no matter how much they try to force me to do that. So the beach is a great place to de-stress and unwind. Any place that's natural out there is and as long as there's not too many people, when you're outside, it's very unlikely that you're going to catch anything from anyone. And the government is just, what they're not realizing is that the de-stressing factor, the calming factor of being at the beach and listening to the waves is amazing. And that's why people are wanting to go to the beach. They're not wanting to go and drink and blah, blah, blah. Maybe a few of them. But, people hopefully, and they're smart enough to be right close to other people. And the beach can be a place where thousands of people can go. That's exactly where I would want to go. And people won't put up with the beaches being closed for too long. They may do that for a while. But that's really a bunch of bullshit, because the sound of the waves and the breeze, the ocean breeze is not going to allow people to catch the coronavirus from other people. It's blowing all over the place. Go and play Frisbee, get some exercise, and get some vitamin D. The beach is awesome, and those people can stick it up their you-know-what. So, yeah, and I'm not irresponsible. Somebody said I was irresponsible for telling people to go to the beach. That's all a bunch of bull. And if you think logically about it, see, that's a perfect example of like how it's totally illogical. Y'all need to really start thinking about what's logical and what's not. The benefits versus the detriments. The detriments of going to the beach are about that big, and the benefits are huge. But they don't understand natural healing. All they understand is fear and idiocy. So people are fake, but not for long. So I've told you guys how fake and plastic people are, and like especially in California, people are so focused there on money. Not everyone. I'm not putting one into a box in any culture or state or religion. But I'm just saying, in general, people are like that and so materialistic there. Versus like here in North Carolina, it's a lot more down to earth, and that's one of the things that I like about it. Remember the Andy Griffith show? Oh, it's still kind of like that here. And so, but people are fake now in so many places around the country. And that's not going to be the case. I'm going to get a lot more real for sure, because this is extreme. So, yay for the bears, and yay for the birds, and yay for the bees. Is it not cool that nature is getting a break from the idiocy of humanity, at least to a large degree? And I'm just really happy for nature. So, hey Laura Todd, and hi Diana. Diana says hardly anyone on the road this morning. Yeah, there's a song for you. Nobody on the road, nobody on the beach. So, how does that go? The Boys of Summer. What's the next line of the Boys of Summer? Nobody on the road, nobody on the beach. I feel it in the air. The summer's out of reach. Empty lake, empty street. The sun goes down alone. And driving by your house, Lord knows you're not home. I can see you, brown skin shining in the sun. You got your head, you got the top. Oh shit. You got your hair let down, sunglasses on, baby. Love that song. Don Henley. Don Henley, Boys of Summer. So, I wish the beach was near me. Me too. Me too. Let's go back and look at some more. You and shaved kind of house, and you always make me laugh. Thanks, Jennifer. Jennifer's my little cutie. I like Jennifer like I like my little chicken Corona. Little sweeties. Beat some drums. Okay, so let's see. Isn't natural gas clean burning? Yeah, natural gas is clean burning. You're right, Joe. It's not too bad to burn natural gas. Mother and brother are growing a garden, already producing some broccoli and Swiss chard. Cool, Connor. Nice. Non-dogmatic religions. Yeah. But there was another non-denominational. That's the word that I was trying to think of. Non-denominational. And that probably has to do with money, something to do with not having to put in so much money into their religion. Because it's just like people getting together at houses and small venues, and they don't have to like the Mormon church is ridiculous like that. They force everyone to pay 10% as tithing so that they can build their giant menagerie temples. Hey Laura, disease not a body not at ease. Dis-ease, a body not at ease. Yeah, Bondi Beach, it's closed. Sorry. Aunt B and Opie, yes. Yeah, feel it in the air, the summer's out of reach. Okay, so, acts of desperation, trying to save face, spraying chemicals everywhere. So that's what the government and certain peoples are doing, even individuals. Acts of desperation and trying to save face. And now, what are they going to do? spray chemicals to kill the virus, spray chemicals everywhere. Virus is not a living thing. How can they kill it? I don't understand that. In any case, it's all ridiculous. It's all really ridiculous. It's not the virus that we need to kill. It's ourselves that we need to make strong. So, I'm totally focused on doing my thing here. And that means that I get up in the morning and I think of something that I need to do. And there's always lots of things to do. I still have all those soothers out on the bench that need to be finished. I do have a job, one job right now to finish. I have one of the new foot friends to make, and I'm going to make a shindig for David in Ames, Iowa. Thanks so much, David. I did get some jobs, and I'm going to tell you some people that bought some things from me this week. I didn't get a lot of orders, but I'm feeling very blessed to have gotten some orders this week. And but as soon as I'm done with that, I'm ready to make y'all a foot friend or send you a roller or a pillow or whatever, yoga bolsters. So I'm totally focused on doing my thing, and I planted some more starters in my garden the other day, and I cleaned the house a little bit. I cleaned my air cleaner this morning, and what else did I do? So many things. Food. I have to make food often. I've got a bunch of good food that I made this evening. But I need to go check the slow cooker. Hang on just a second. Check out this beautiful kale salad. See that beautiful raw kale salad? That is a massaged kale salad. You put the kale into a big bowl and add a bunch of things like I added some peppers to it, some sesame seeds unhulled. I added some apple cider vinegar and soy sauce. I added some grape musk stuff that was in a bottle, some healthy liquids that was in the bottle of the peppers, or maybe the grape leaf. I saved the juices from the grape leaves and dump it in this, and then massage it all in there really, really good, and that helps to break down the fibers so it's more digestible. And man, this is some dynamite stuff. And if you got a nice big bowl like this, I bought this a couple of years ago. I had someone make it for me. But man, I really love that bowl. So let's see. I'm really, really energized lately, and I think that it might be from the eggs. The eggs that I eat, and I eat probably every other day. I'll probably eat some eggs from my chickens. They're like super eggs. Did you see the egg video? Those eggs, I think that they give me a lot more energy and power. And in Chinese medicine, they say that the eggs are one of the most powerful foods that you can consume. If somebody buys a millet whole pillow from me this week, I will send you a half a dozen eggs. So, rubbing it in their noses. So I'm really kind of guilty a little bit, but I'm human, guilty of rubbing my nanner thoughts in people, the medical industry, and the government's noses on my videos. And that's to be expected because they really deserve it. But I'm probably going to cool down on that eventually, It may be like a few years before I do. but eventually I'll chill out on that after they've gotten their noses rubbed enough. And so Do we have a right to be angry with all of the people that have been, just not doing righteous things, people that have been too greed mindset, their minds have been too greed laden, etc., etc.? Yeah, we really do. And all the doctors that have been, just taking everyone's money and then just feeding them full of drugs and not really telling them the truth about natural healing. That thing is flickering. I wonder if I've got a very good connection. The chickens are really good, Maria. Hey, Maria, can you tell me if I'm coming through good? My screen is flashing. But yeah, we have a right to be angry, and it's not wrong to feel happy about all of this, especially if you're a health nut like a lot of you are, people that are into natural healing that felt just depressed about the world as it's been. And I don't even care if I die, I don't care. I mean, I care, but at the same time, I'm happy to get to see all of this coming to pass, coming to fruition. It's finally here. And it's so great to finally see that the earth really is taking care of business. It's just great. And my ability to reason is one of my abilities. And so that's why I tell you all these things. I feel it's important for me to share all my thoughts about how all of this is exactly the way it's supposed to be, and that it's a good thing. And I'm really kind of proud and happy that I have these abilities. And I've been watching a little bit of Gregg Braden lately. He's an interesting person that I started watching him a long time ago. I saw some of his videos probably 25 years ago. And he's still around and doing well. And I like a lot of his outlook, but in his ideas and things, I don't think that he is all that. Remember that saying, like, or that way of describing people? I don't think that he's all that. But he does have some good videos, so check out Gregg Braden and see his aspects about the coronavirus. Some people are really in shock, but I'm not, obviously. But I do have my times when I feel like I'm just like in shock and confused, but I'm doing okay. And I really appreciate being able to do this thing on Sunday nights and other times too with y'all. Okay, thanks, Maria. I'm freezing a little bit. Well, hopefully it won't continue to do that. So the key word with all of this really is overwhelming, because this is the first time that's not like, with this many people on the earth, this is probably the most significant thing that's ever happened, like that's happened in the last, I don't know, maybe ever with this planet, maybe ever with this number of people. Of course, there's been all kinds of crazy things like World War II, 9/11, etc. But this makes 9/11 look like a drop in the bucket. I remember when 9/11 happened, and we were all in this crazy state of being freaked out for a week or two, but then that went away. It went away because we got it under control really quickly. But this isn't going to just go away, I don't think. Not anytime soon. So, yeah, the Foot Friend is a very nice tool to use, and I told you that. It's really easy. I wouldn't want to be a smoker or a vapor. I talked about that. The world is going to learn the importance of healthy lungs. So think about all the different things that are important that like people are doing against their lungs, like breathing a lot of particulate matter in their houses. It's really good to get a good air cleaner. I've got a really nice Blue Air cleaner that I've had for years, and I cleaned it today. And I sometimes like to turn it on full blast and just clean the crap out of the air in here. But having clean air is really important. And there's a video on YouTube. There's probably a bunch of them, but there's one that I made where you can take a box fan, a 20-inch by 20-inch box fan, and tape a standard air cleaner filter that you get at your hardware store. Make sure it's the right size for your box fan, 20-inch by 20-inch. So you can buy one of those box fans for like $10 or $15 off the internet or at your hardware store. And then for $20 to $30 roughly, you can buy a good furnace filter. These are filters for people's, built-in furnaces. You know, the furnaces that blow air through ducts in your house? Well, those have to have a filter. And you can buy a filter for that. You don't buy the shitty ones, buy the good ones for $20 to $30. And then you just tape it. You just tape it to a box fan, and that makes a really good and effective filter. And you can watch the videos for that, mine and other people's, on YouTube. So thanks to those who bought my products this week. Diane bought a pillow, Michael bought a pillow, Jerry bought a pillow, David bought a foot friend and a shindig. Maura in the UK, my very good friend, finally got her a pillow. I sent her a discount coupon, but because she has to pay so much shipping to the UK is like $80 to $90. It was $85 to send a pillow to the UK. Anyone that lives on the east coast of the US can get one for $10 or $15 for shipping. They're really heavy and they're fairly bulky. It's not like a regular pillow. And when Wendy was so kind to donate $50 to me this week, thank you so much, Wendy. I really appreciate you. And so, some of the things that you can do while you're at home to stay busy, and I think it's really important to stay busy, is also to clean your house. So there are probably all kinds of places around your house that have dust on them, and dirt, and you can get out and just get busy and get all those places cleaned up and catch up on some housework and organize things. You may have a jar full of nuts and bolts, and maybe you want to get a little organizer thing with drawers in it like I did about a year ago, and organize all those kinds of things, or something else needs to be organized. And stretch out and breathe, of course. Do that every day. And massage your feet. My little Soother massage tool, I don't have it with me. That's a really good tool. Just using your thumbs and your hands to massage your feet. And your ears. Massage your ears. And if you want to watch an ear massage video, I did one of those recently that you can watch. I believe that was either a live, do it while you view it. I think that was a live one. So watch the George Carlin Germs and Immune System video for a good laugh. And it's beautiful to see people coming together and getting natural and holistic. And that's just a really cool thing. If you want to friend me on Facebook and you're not already a friend, then just look up Brett Rogers or go to the description box and you'll see the link for that. Patreon, that's cool. I appreciate that. You can donate as little as $1 a month. That would be good. Just go to the link in the description box. And thank you, Maria. A lot of people love their pillows. That's a great thing. Whole pillows. So that's about it for tonight. And I'm pretty tired tonight. So I want to thank everybody for joining me. If anybody has any last words, type them in now. I think I really am tired. I've kind of been having a hard time thinking tonight. And yeah, I was up in the middle of the night worrying about things last night. And so I didn't really get really great sleep. And so I really need to get to bed early. Thanks, Diana. Love you too. Thank you, Jennifer. Your little chicken. Thanks, Maria. Thanks, Glenicia. Thanks, Cheryl. Cheryl says, Just have to stay positive, strong, eat good, healthy food, creative, and learn to love these strange weeks to come. Peace and health. Yeah, and I'm glad that you're getting some more home time. I'm sure you are, Cheryl, now. And, okay, Cheryl just sent me an email. Thanks, everybody, for joining me, and try and stay positive this week. And if you want to call me, you can. Have a great day. Have a nice night's sleep. Bye.